How easy is it to draft a vintage-inspired panelled skirt? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you just how easy it is. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm a professional pattern cutter and the founder of the School of Pattern Cutting, where I create lots of drafting tutorials for you so you can create your own vintage-inspired wardrobe. Today I'm going to teach you how to draft a super easy 6-paneled skirt, which is a great quick make. It's going to take us less than 10 minutes to make the panel needed. And then once you got the basic style, you can add lots of great details like this pocket. All you need is your waist measurement, your hip measurement, and how long you want your skirt to be. So let's get drafting. First of all, let's have a look at the materials. You need a nice sized piece of paper, roughly the height of your skirt and a bit extra. And width-wise, go for 1/4 of your hip measurement, and that should give you enough space. You can use pattern paper or any ordinary paper. You need a pattern master or a ruler, but you need a 90-degree line, a curve if possible, and parallel lines. You need a pair of scissors and a very sharp pencil. I'm using a pen just so you can see better, but you should use a pencil. And we need a tape measure to record your waist and hip measurement, the length of your skirt, and also if you want to, the distance between your waist and your hip. Let's get started. First of all, I'm going to draw in my waistline at the top. And for that, you need to take your waist measurement and add a bit of ease. So I'm adding 2 centimeters or 0.8 of an inch, just so you can breathe in and out. And when you divide that measurement by 6, so if your waist is 70 and you add 2 centimeters and divide it by 6, it will give you 12 centimeters. But of course, your measurement might be different. And I'm going to draw that measurement on a horizontal line and mark the middle of it as well. And from the middle, I'm drawing down to my hip. So it needs to be the length of the measurement between your waist and your hip. An average measurement is between 20 centimeters to 25 centimeters, but you can make it however long you want it to be. I'm making it 20 centimeters, which is 8 inches. But if you're very tall or if you're shorter, have a long body, then just measure yourself so you get your own fit. Next, I'm going to draw in my hip line and my hip width. And first of all, I'm going to just draw a horizontal line at 90 degrees to my vertical line. And then I'm going to do a calculation and add that evenly from the middle again. And you can change it a bit. I'm going to do an A-line shape. So you need your hip measurement plus a bit of ease again. So this time I'm doing 4 centimeters, which is roughly 1.6, 1.7 of an inch. And I'm dividing it by 6. So if you had a waist of 80 plus 4, that'd be 84, which would make it 18 centimeters. But of course, again, that's completely up to you. And when you need to draw in that measurement, I need to do it equally to the center line. So if it would be 18, it would be 9 either side or 10 either side, or whatever your measurement is. And if your measurement ends up being with a fraction, just round up to the next number, because it's better to have a little bit too much ease than not enough ease. You draw in your line, and that's your hip. So now we're just going to draw in our seams and we're gonna have 6 of his panels. So into one of his side seam panels I would add my zip as well. And the next thing we need to do is draw in the length or height of our skirt. Let's quickly name it waist and hip. Let's draw in the height. So the length of your skirt is up to you, of course, and you need to mark it on both your side lines and the middle line. So I'm starting on one side line and I'm marking it. Then I'm also marking exactly the same measurement on the central line and exactly again on the other side. I can now draw in my hem, but because it's a geometric piece, but I want my seams to be really smooth, I'm going to start at the right angle at both sides. And that will make sure the seam will look completely straight, because you don't want a zigzag seam. And I'm also going to put a right angle on the middle line. And that will help me by drawing these right angles, these lines. I can see where I need to put the curve in. So I start at a right angle, curve it, and end at a right angle. And where the lines meet, that's where I have to put the curve. So right angle, curve, flat, straight, another curve. And that will hopefully give you a nice even hem. I'm going to do the same at the top. I'm just going to go up a tiny bit either side, so I can have a right angle and a curve. So hopefully on your 3D body, that's going to give you a really nice balanced waist seam. So I'm literally going up something like 1 or 2 mil, as little as possible. And then I'm squaring it down. Either with your curve or your straight. But you need to start with a right angle to your side seam, and then you square down. And you need to make sure it's exactly the same on both sides. So if in doubt, fold your pattern and check it's all completely symmetrical. Next thing I'm going to do is quickly draw in your seam allowance and your straight of grain. So my straight of grain is the middle line, but of course you could cut the skirt on bias, which would be really exciting. I'm making my seam allowance 1 centimeter, but of course that's up to you. Some people like 2 centimeters, which is 0.8 of an inch, or more or less. I haven't drawn in a hem finish, so you might want to either make that wider or add a facing. And I also haven't drawn in a waistband. Again, that's up to your taste. This is just a really basic 6-panel skirt. It's super fast to make, and then you can play around by adding pockets, frills, flares, whatever you want to do. So that's your 6-panel skirt finished and ready to cut out. And with something like this, which is pure maths, definitely make a 12 first before you commit yourself to nice fabric. This is your panel skirt finished. I'm just going to label it. So 6-panel skirt and cut 6. As I said, it's a really basic skirt ready for your trowel. So there's no waistband, so you can make your own, and you need to decide about the hem. And then also, it's a really nice thing to put a zip in just one of the side seams, and then you're ready to trowel your 6-panel skirt. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, or let me know something in the comments below. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and you will never miss a video. I'd love you to join me on my Patreon page, where I have lots of more in-depth drafting tutorials, full drafting and sewing guides for garments, and lots of tips and tricks and behind the scenes diary. I've put a link in the comments below, and that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and happy drafting.